We are back with an absolute classic on this channel. I am giving the Philippines the maximum youth rating, and we are going to simulate forward 250 years to see what happens. So the Philippines is currently ranked 134th in the world, one of Asia's lower ranked nations, and certainly not a World Cup contender or anything of the sort. And the Philippines doesn't really have a footballing history to show. They have two Peace Cups that were run in 2012 and 2013, but nothing else really of note. So to change all of that, we are maximizing the Philippines youth rating. We are making it 200 out of 200. In theory, this should bring the best new gens through the Philippines. So hopefully the Philippines national team can become one of the best in the world. But to start off, we are changing everything else too, trying to give the Philippines the best possible chance. In the pregame editor, we set the match importance to as high as it could possibly go. So football is essentially a religion now in the Philippines. But on top of that, we've given them the best stadium, the best reputation, the best economic and federation financial power. We are increasing the likelihood of a foreign coach to make the best coaches potentially get into the Philippines national team. And on top of all that, we have also given the Philippines the best facilities, not just for the national team, but also for every single club in the Philippines Football League. If we look here, we have given them the best possible training youth facilities and youth recruitment and junior coaching to give the Philippines the best possible chance of bringing in the best new gens possible. So all that's left now is to simulate forward. Currently ranked 134th in 2023. We're going forward 250 years and we're going to see what's going to happen. So to start off, let's go in 50-year intervals. So let's move forward to 2073, 50 years into the future, and let's see how the Philippines is doing then. Welcome to 2073, 50 years into the future. And the Philippines have made a big improvement. We are now 72nd in the world. We've almost halved our ranking, but we're not great looking at it. Let's look. Our key players aren't at major clubs, which worries me a little bit, but let's see who some of the best are. So we have a 27-year-old here. He's better than what we had before. This guy's still in the Philippines Football League, and he's okay. I'm not gonna lie to you all. I was hoping we would be better at this point. We're not brilliant. We have another guy in Philadelphia. These guys aren't world beaters. I can see why we haven't moved forward any more than we have. Looking at our overview, we have won some Southeast Asian Football Confederation Championships. Not super consecutively. Thailand still dominates, but we did win 2 in a row. Relatively recently, we were okay. But really, right now, we just look kind of average. Let's look at our schedule to see how we've done then. We're just going to kind of mash through the past 50 years. We kind of know how we did there. Asian Cup quarterfinal. Did we make a World Cup? We made an Asian Cup quarterfinal. I don't even see us making a World Cup. Asian Cup semifinal is pretty good. That gets us close to a trophy. Maybe I'm just not scrolling up enough, but we're not making the World Cup. We really haven't done all that well. Asian Cup second round. We had to have made a World Cup at some point. Man, we have a 200. Oh, okay. We made the World Cup here. We won 2 World Cup games. That's good. But 1 World Cup in the past 30 years for a 200 youth rating. That's got to be better, right? I mean, I'm glad we got out of the group. We won 2 matches. That's fantastic. But I was sort of hoping we'd be in almost every World Cup. And that just doesn't seem to be the case. We've made 1 World Cup. That can't be it. We made 2 World Cups and won 2 World Cup matches in 50 years with the maximum youth rating. I mean, these first 50 years have been almost shambolic. That is incredibly disappointing. it's sort of reflected in our world rankings graph here. I mean, we haven't been that brilliant. We've actually gone down a little bit. Well, that's the first 50 years. Honestly, we've been a bit disappointing. We're going to go another 50 years, 100 years into the future total. I hope we've been doing better by 21-23. Welcome to 21-23, 100 years since we started this save, and we are not any better than we were before. We are actually worse than we were 50 years ago. And none of our players, none of our top players are in Europe, and they are so mid. They are incredibly average. I don't know how to explain this. We have 200, we have the maximum youth rating, and apparently we're just not that good. We haven't won anything. We haven't won another Southeast Asian football championship since we last saw you guys. Apparently Thailand is just amazing. And Vietnam, we lost in the final. Of course, we lost in the final. I really thought by now that we'd be a lot better. I mean, we've maxed out everything, and we're just not very good. Looking at our world rankings, we've actually had a steady decrease in the last 10 years. I mean, do we have any interesting landmarks? We're runner up a lot. Let's look at the schedule. We made the Asian Cup quarterfinal. I mean, that's nothing to write about at this point. And we're not even again, in 100 years with the maximum youth rating, we've made a grand total of 2 World Cups so far. 3 World Cups, and we lost 9-1 to the United States and 7-0 to England. We should be so much better than this, given the infrastructure that we have put in place. All right, well, we're making the World Cup. We've won 2 World Cup games so far. We've literally won 2 World Cup games in 100 years. And we're not even making the World Cup super consistently. It's like we're making every other World Cup. Actually, it's only recently that we started making those World Cups. We've made 6 total World Cups and won 2 World Cup matches, 3 World Cup matches. This is incredibly disappointing, man. We've won 3 World Cup matches in 100 years with the maximum youth rating. And we've made like 6 World Cups total. We should be doing so much better in the infrastructure. Is 100 years just not enough time? 100 years is so long. I don't know what to tell you all. I really don't. I mean, we're better. Clearly, the improved infrastructure has helped, but we're 79th in world rankings. We've got to do better. All right, well, I don't know if 50 years is enough time. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 50 years. So I say let's move 100 years into the future. Let's go to 22-23. We'll only have 50 more years after that, but let's go 100 years into the future. And in 22-23, certainly we've got to be better at that point. We've got to be. Now we are talking. I don't know if it just took a long time for the youth rating to take effect, but in 22-23, our world ranking is 12th. Now we are talking, and we have players at major European clubs. This is what we want to see. Let's look at these players and see how good they are. Giovanni Arculo. Wow! 184 current ability. Yeah, he's nuts. This is an insanely good player. All right, Cenk Pangilan, another really good player. I don't know if he's actually as good as our previous player, but 170 current ability. He's actually quite nuts. Kenneth Clarino is insane. He might be the best player we've seen so far. 184 current ability. This is what we want to see. We want to see our best Filipino players at top clubs in Europe absolutely lighting up world football. This is a national team that looks like they could actually be really good. Every top player above 150 current ability. Do we have a good head coach? No, we do not. That could be letting us down. But that is reflected in a world ranking of 12th. Have we won anything? We've won four Oh, this is much better. Dominated the Southeast Asian Football Championships. This is what we like to see. Look at those past winners. We need to, oh, and we were doing what Thailand was doing. That's phenomenal. That's what we want to see. Doing well, under 20s Asian Nations Cups, under 23s Asian Nations Cups, two French Youth Invitationals. Now we are getting the good new gens. And four Asian Nations Cups, hoping we would win a little bit more, but we won the most recent one. So let's go to the Asian Nations Cups. Oh, okay. Oh, so we've just recently started doing really well. Okay. So we won four of the last six. So clearly this is some kind of golden generation that we're seeing right now. So maybe this hasn't been the case always. Clearly we're looking at some kind of golden generation. If we're 12th in world rankings though, we made the World Cup semifinal. Oh, we lost in the World Cup. I hate England in this game, man. Why do they have to be so good? Alvin Montalbano. And we lost in, so we finished fourth at a World Cup. This is what I was expecting, though. I mean, we haven't won a World Cup, clearly. I wonder if we've made a World Cup final. So we made a quarterfinal. We lost to Wales. What's with us losing to all the UK teams? So 2018, then go to 22-14. That's not great. 22-10, World Cup second round. So it seems like our success is fairly recent. We can just go to records, past winners. Our success is fairly recent. We haven't done anything else of note in the World Cup. But clearly, that maximum youth rating is taking effect now. Because, as we saw there, even though we haven't finished in the top three, we're making the World Cups consistently now. We're making the knockout stages of the World Cups, and we've been to a World Cup semifinal. We are getting better. This bodes so well for the last 50 years of this experiment. Again, we're 12th in world rankings. We have some of the top players in the world. Now the Philippines looks like a team that could win a World Cup. This will make a very, very interesting last 50 years. But let's simulate forward the last 50 years of this save and cross our fingers that the Philippines will win a World Cup. I will see you all in 2273. Welcome back. We are in 2273, which to be honest doesn't even feel like a real year. Let's go to the Philippines. Oh, our world ranking's 15th. I don't know if we would have won a World Cup then. We're a little bit lower than last time, but we have players. We have top players at top clubs in Europe. Although, wow, this guy actually looks pretty good. Not those super, honestly, not those super high current abilities we were seeing earlier, though. So I wonder if we peaked. We might have peaked 50 years ago, but let's go to our world rankings graph. So we are here in 15th. So clearly we've done all right. If we look at our history of world rankings, yeah, it looks like we peaked at 12th. So maybe we didn't get a whole lot better. But going to our overview, we never won the World Cup. That's unfortunate. But we still had a bunch of Southeast Asian football championships, still won a lot of these youth tournaments. It's pretty cool actually that we won the French Invitational so many times. I mean, that says we're getting good new gens. And we won 10 Asian Cups. There's actually a period where we really dominated. It looks like we really dominated the Asian Nations Cup. So that's cool. At least we were the best team in Asia, so that's fun to see. But the question is, how did we do as far as World Cups were concerned? So when would the last World Cup have been? Oh, we lost in the Asian Cup final there. So 2270, we lost to Italy in the World Cup second round. 2266, lost to the United States. 62. We made a world. Oh man, we made a World Cup final. And we lost 4-3, and Italy had a person sent off. We actually had the lead, and then we were down 3. Oh, man. That's so cool that we made a World Cup final, but I wish we had won. That would have been so cool. Michael Montalbano. Oh, wow. Well, this would have been the peak of the save here. The peak of the experiment was 2262, a golden generation making the World Cup final. Let's see. And that might have been it because in 2258 we only made the round of 16, 2254 the round of 16, 2250 the round of 16. I think that was probably it. Yep. I will go look at the World Cup now just to see past winners. We made multiple World Cup finals, guys. We made multiple we actually peaked. When did we come back? 22, 23. It was right after that we peaked. It would have that generation that we saw, and we lost to Spain. Okay, oh wow, and we finished third. We were so good for a period of time. All right, we need to go back to 22:30 in the schedule and see how we did. How did we do in 22:34? I don't remember. All right, 22:30. We lost in extra time. Oh wow. Let's talk about the drama of this World Cup final. Spain scores in the first minute. We tie it up. Oh, we were actually losing 2-0. We came back from 2-0 down with a pen in the 95th minute to tie the World Cup final. Imagine the scenes. But I guess we just ran out of steam. Wow. Oh, I would love to watch these. I wish this was real. I would love to see the Philippines there. But we lost. That's insane. This would have been the closest we ever got to winning a World Cup. And then 4 years prior, we lost to England. Of course we lost to England. But wow, we played Senegal in the third place game. That's pretty cool. And sure enough, that was those yeah, Aguilan. He might have been our best player ever and that guy from I don't remember who it was. He was playing at Real Madrid. But it looks like Spain exacted their revenge on us. What an absolutely phenomenal few years. But we never quite got over the line. Well, I have to say, in 250 years, it took a long time for this save to get going. It took a long time. It took essentially 150 years, probably, for the Philippines to get good after giving us the maximum youth rating. But we had a real golden period between 200 and 250 years into the future. We made two World Cup finals and we also finished in third place, but we never quite won it. At some point, without me intervening, we are going to get the Philippines to win a World Cup just from the maximum youth rating. One of these football managers, maybe it'll be FM25 or FM26, but at some point we are going to get the Philippines to win a World Cup. But until then, we are going to leave it there. Two World Cup finals, a World Cup third place finish. I think we'll move forward with some of these. I think we'll do maximum youth ratings for other Asian nations as well, maybe other lower ranked Asian nations to see, if we can get any of these, if we can bring a World Cup to Asia at some point. I just think that would be really cool. But we'll definitely continue to do these with other Southern, Southeast Asian nations and other nations, other smaller footballing nations in Asia. And I hope you all are. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, and I hope that you will enjoy. But until then, was with the Philippines. It was pretty cool. I hope you all have enjoyed this one. This is probably a little bit of a longer video, so hope you guys were able to watch to the actual successful portion of the Philippines. I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.